Monday, baby. We're doing it again. Back at it. Glad you made it. It's another so-so production. Boys and girls, ladies and gents, welcome back. It's Monday, March 21st, 2022, baby. It's officially a new day. Anybody out there, if you didn't know, it's a new day. It's a new start. Spring has sprung officially. All the animals in the animal kingdom are out and about. Squirrels are running around chasing rabbits, chasing other rabbits. Little pups looking for other pups. Everybody's out there getting it's a brand new guys. I'm so excited. Boys and girls, ladies and gents, thank you very much for all the love and support. Whoever's been with me from the get-go. If you're just joining me today, sign up, like it, subscribe it, follow me on Instagram, find these full-length videos on the YouTubes, contribute on Patreon if you like, and keep on rocking and rolling, baby. A lot of things have been happening. I'm excited. Things are officially, we're going maskless, baby. Here in Ontario, we're going maskless in most areas, and then everything else, whatever's remaining, I think's getting lifted by the end of April or something. But majority of places, we're done with it. It's done. It's over. It's officially over. We killed it. Did it kill a few people? Sure it did, but that's what it is. You got, everybody took a hit, but if you're alive and kicking, that's what I'm trying to get to. If you're alive and kicking, give yourselves a pat on the back, but also let's get together, have ourselves a good old time. I'm extremely excited because it is officially a new season. It is a new chapter, and this week, I don't know, sometimes we have underlying notions or tones to the show. This week is all about building on the momentum. Keep going after it. Not giving up. Not giving up on our dreams. That's what I wanted to talk to you guys about. Again, if anybody's, part of this is, it's a little bit, obviously, I'm a wannabe comic. Still can't call myself a comic. Got to get out there and do performances on stages. And I've been inquiring within, dude. I've called a bunch of places. I've sent out resumes. Nobody's responded yet this week. I think we're gonna have to actually get up and go there in person, despite the fact that, I'd like to give a call. I'd like to email first. I've spoken with a manager at a spot, and we're gonna have to go and show up in person and see what happens. Fingers crossed something falls through, but if not, that's what it is. You gotta flip over a stone or two just to see what's underneath it every once in a while, depending on what kind of, that's what it is. In the animal kingdom, you flip over stones. Oh, what is that? A pile of ants? It's lunchtime, What is that? Dung beetle, Oh, it's dinner time, What is that? Other insects and other, it's just what it is. You got to flip a few things over just to see what's underneath, and that's what I'm trying to do, baby. Just what I'm trying to do. So feeling good, been making phone calls, a little bit of a minor, but that's the thing. Here's the thing. We're going to get into it. Bunch of stuff again. This is somewhat of an ongoing story, this whole production, this whole podcast or show. It's an ongoing story. Some episodes may be related, some aren't. Most of them aren't. But certain issues that carry over, we'll talk about everything. That's what it is, man. I just want to get things off my chest, share a little bit of life with y'all, and hopefully we'll figure it out together, because I don't got the answers to nothing, baby. I'm just out here taking wee little tiny steps, trying to find my path, and I'm determined. I'm not, I'm relentlessly pushing forward, despite the fact that nothing's easy. I've never asked for it to be easy. I don't expect anything to be easy, and I'm not even comfortable in easy, dude. I'm not even comfortable in easy, lady. It's boy likes a challenge, and stepping into one of the most dangerous scenarios one can place themselves in, voluntarily, of course. And that's the world of comedy. It's where all the danger is at. I think, relatively speaking, that's where it's at. But one thing that's been taking up a lot of my energy, and we're kind of back to square one, I guess, it's the whole purchasing of the vehicle process. Man, oh man. Oh, it's never been tougher, dudes, ladies, but at the same rate, I'm just going to take everything as a positive. That's how I've always looked at life. If you've been with me, if you kind of are in the loop, you know that I was going to pick up my new car last Friday after I shot the video. come back home, upload. I had an appointment in the evening to pick up the new vehicle, trade in my old car that I'm currently driving, and I was actually supposed to pick it up last Tuesday, so I purchased it on Monday. They said everything will be ready and, available to pick up on Tuesday, so I go down there last Tuesday. Brand new car, no mileage on it, it's a brand new car. Everything's running great, everything's looking great, except one little teeny tiny minor issue, and it had to do with the key fob of the vehicle. It wouldn't work for some reason. It wouldn't actually unlock the car. You have to go manually open the car like it's some sort of like we're stuck in the 90s or something. So first they're like, maybe it's a battery issue. It wasn't a battery issue. They're like, let's take a look at it, have one of our guys come in, technicians, to leave it there for a few days, come back, it should be ready to go for Friday. I'm like, sweet, take your time, not in a rush, as long as everything's, it's a brand new car. As long as everything's running smoothly, we're good to go. Friday comes, I'm excited, I'm like, all right, you've been running around, paperwork, emails, phone calls, different dealerships across the city, and it takes time, it takes energy, and this is time and energy that I'd like to allocate to other things, i.e. comedy, going after the dreams. But this is all a part of it, because right now this is all a one-man band, it's a one-man operation, it's a one-man show. Obviously we like to expand and form a team, be part of a team, be part of a gang, a little teeny tiny syndicate, if you will. But for the time being, Daddy's got to pay his own bills. Well, that'll always be the case. Papa's always going to pay the bills, but the means are different right now. I'm relying on a car and it needs to be upgraded. But I show up to the dealership on Friday, I'm ready to go. I'm like, can we have a sneak peek before we go and finalize the paperwork? They're like, yeah, it's just outside. But I'm already, when I met my sales agent, he's a nice dude. Same with the lady who was the finance manager. They were both really helpful. The dealership, everybody, the staff was nice. Everybody was nothing wrong with the interactions, nothing wrong with the personnel. It was actually very smooth for the most part. But as soon as I arrived there and I met my sales agent on Friday, I noticed a little hesitation, and my spidey senses, I just like something in my tummy was just telling me something's not fully right. But I'm excited. I'm like, you know what? Let's not, whatevs. Everything should be gooch, dude. You're here. He's here, car's here, everything should be all right. I'm like, can we go take a sneak peek at the vehicle before, I want to get in one final time before we drop some ink on that pink paper and call it a day. And he's like, yes, come with me. We'll go take a look. And, as we're walking outside of the dealership to the car where it's parked, he's like, one little minor thing. I'm like, oh, no, here we go. What is it? And he's like, our technician came, worked on the vehicle, fixed the door fob key issue that was going on, and it was working right before you got here. I brought it out, that's what my sales agent's telling me, so I brought it out, beep, beep, car door opens, no problem. But for some reason, right now, it's not beep, beeping, it is not working, it's not, and I'm like, oh, geez, what are we to do? A few minutes went by, I'm definitely feeling a little bit, not gonna lie, I felt a little bit disappointed because I've spent a good portion of time, energy that I could have allocated to other things. So I'm a little bit bummed out, and what are we to do? Do we take a brand new car that's definitely got some sort of it's not a mechanical issue, it's not an engine problem, it's not a transmission problem, it's nothing major, but still, it's a brand new car. I don't want to take a car that's got a bum key situation, you know what I'm saying? Gonna have to find ways of getting into the car. I don't want to get into a car every time and it looks like I'm actually trying to steal the car, just like fidgeting with the door and just, oh, this key's not working. And they're like, yeah, well, I asked, what are my options? They're like, well, you can take the car, bring it back, and then we can take another look at it. I'm like, no, wait right here. I'm not gonna be that guy. I'm not gonna take, because despite the fact that service was great, people were great, sales agent great, finance manager great, but I'm not gonna take what we used to call in the industry, and I don't know if that term still lingers on, but every now and again, it doesn't happen too often, especially with new cars. If it's brand new, this does not happen too often, but sometimes you'll end up finding yourself what we call a lemon. Lemons are no bueno, no matter how you slice it. You know, if you're into that citrusy fruit, if you're all about that vitamin C, if you want to just, you know, low stake beef with somebody, maybe there's a little bit of a work tension, or you got a little bit of competition, and next thing you know, you got to break bread with somebody, you whip out that salad, get a little bit of citrus, squeeze that lime, gets a little bit in their eye. Oh my eye. Oh, sorry, John, didn't mean it. Yeah, you know what I mean. That's just a little bit of, sometimes it's okay to squeeze a little bit of lemon and to make lemonade. But in this case, I'm like, no, dude, I don't want to take this car, because I've seen it happen before. You have a beautiful car, brand new car, and it's just the teeniest, tiniest imperfection, but it's one of those things that keeps happening. And when I was in the dealerships back in the day, working as a salesman, as a finance man, I've seen it all, dude. You'll have one client who will pay a visit to the dealership every month. Hey man, this light, it just keeps and it just gets annoying as fuck. And I didn't want to be that person. I did not want to be the person that has to drop into the dealership every month or every other week and be like, hey, the door's acting up. They get frustrated. Why is this guy here? Just take the car. And I'm frustrated because, well, I just bought a brand new car. I don't want to be in this situation either. So I'm like, you know what are our options? And there weren't too many options. Unfortunately, we had to cancel the deal. And it sucks because I put in a ton of work. Sales agent put a ton of work. Finance manager put in a lot of work. Got the financing read. Everything was good. We literally just had to do a 5 or 10 minute exchange of autographs, if you will, But it didn't go through, man. I had to cancel the deal. So now we're back to square one. It seems like, and that's the thing. But at the same rate, I wasn't fully. I'm the mindset right now that it's just like go, go, go. Just like many of you guys and gals out there. Everybody's just go, go, go. Nobody's got time to rest, baby. Who's got time to rest? We'll rest when, we'll get a final rest once it's time to rest. For the meantime, again, if it's 2022 and if it happens to be the first day of March, first day of spring, for whatever odd reason, if you're celebrating this day, you know who you are. It's all about new beginnings. It's all about being optimistic. So deep down inside, despite the fact that I was a little bit bummed out, a little bit cheesed, I'm still kind of feeling, you know what? I don't know what it is. I'm trying to, I'll try to pick things from the universe or the, if you believe in a creator type, multiverse, whatever you want to, I believe in just everything being connected. So I'm just taking that as a sign. I'm like, you know what, it wasn't meant to be, and I'm not that pushy of a person to begin with regarding anything. So I'm like, you know what, dude, I don't want to make my life harder. I don't want to make your life difficult. I'm not that person. So let's just cancel the deal, and we're out in the market again. Here we go, back to square one, doing it. So at the same rate, here's the thing. I don't even. What I'm kind of happy about is that I don't even want a brand new car, dude. My car is fine. It's literally, I have to upgrade it because it's time, given a certain period of time, every 7 years, you gotta switch up the old car. And that's what time it is. I gotta switch it up. It's still got relatively low mileage. It's still in a great condition, but in order for me to earn a buck while I'm doing my outside hustle and grind, baby, in the traffics, I gotta find a new car. But at the same rate, I'm just like, on the way back, I'm kind of relieved because right now, I'm still in that position where I'm like, man, my car is almost paid off and I don't have to, I'm just like putting it out there, just trying to like, man, I've got so many things that I'm cooking up that need attention and time and focus. I don't even want to be doing that. Like, that's never been it's been a, something that I do just to, again, provide the basics so that I could go out and do this and everything else that's creative and fun and good, and hopefully turn that into a livelihood one day. But I know that's, who knows where that is, how far I am, how close I am. I'm just literally, again, I'm trying to get my foot in the door in terms of, can I get a few minutes of stage time? So I'm quite a distance away from where I'd like to be, but nonetheless, I feel like I'm on the path. I don't know. So at the same time, I was a little bit bummed out. It was one of those bittersweet moments, bummed out because I was kind of, my mind was throughout the week, you're picking up a brand new car. That's, saying goodbye to the old vehicle, ready for new beginnings, just like, And then before you know it, it just turned into a situation where I'm like, man, do I really even? So right now, I'm in that situation. Currently speaking, over the past couple of days, I've been doing some heavy, high repetition thinking, dude. Just, lightweight, high reps, just thinking alternatives. What can I do? What am I doing? What am I doing wrong? What am I doing right? Jotting down ideas, scratching, rewriting ideas. And the only thing that I can say is that I'm extremely hopeful. I'm extremely hopeful. I'm optimistic. I've got nothing but passion and drive and motivation to find my way in comedy. And I don't know what it's going to look like. I don't know how it's going to, because again, this is not new, but there's no roadmap to this. There's no, and I appreciate so many of the comics, the great ones that I look up to. And there's so many beautiful, wonderful people out there doing so many great things. But there are a few people that I try to look at in terms of, man, I really like this guy's comedy. He's what I consider comedy genius. This other guy, banging fucking work ethic, also great comic, but also like there's different aspects you draw from different people. So I'm trying to right now in my learning process learn as much as I can, but at the same rate, boy's trying everything in his own little power to go out there, and because nobody's going to hand anything to you, nobody's going to do any, I'm not even expecting any of that stuff. So I'm just out here again making those phone calls, taking those little initiatives, sending out emails, putting in the time, the whatever you want to call it, one foot ahead of another. That's what I'm trying to do. And minor things come up that might seem like, that's what I'm trying to get at this week. Maybe little things might come up in your path that seem to be hindrances, or just pulling you away. And it's good to get those reminders. It was one of those, and I'm constantly thinking like this. I'm just like looking for an excuse just to get more excited about what I'm actually passionate about. I'm like, oh, these are the reasons. Not that there's anything wrong with doing whatever it is that you're doing, but if you've got a purpose in life, if you found your purpose, if you found your, some people call it a call-in, dude. Did you get a phone call from a big fella or a big lady somewhere? If you found that inner voice telling you this is your path, you're supposed to go down this road, and you're following the voice, sometimes everything else seems redundant. Everything else seems to be an extra, and I don't like extras. Don't be extra. That's been my motto ever since '89, bro. I came out the womb. I'm just like, what's extra? What's this umbilical cord, dog? What is this? Extra. Snip, snip, cut it off myself, wrapped it around my neck like a little teeny tiny scarf. Doing it. So I'm all about getting rid of the extras, and I'm just, it was a sense of relief, because now I was driving back on Friday. I'm like, man, this kind of feels really good, despite the fact that I can't fully earn as much as I was able to before. Not that that was a significant amount. I'm just making bare minimums just to, feed this operation, help myself get up and moving. So at the same rate, I was kind of happy. I'm like, man, thank God I don't have a brand new loan, because who wants to take out a loan right now to go out there and do something that's not there, but it is what it is. Eventually, I think I might have to. I'm going to try to see what I can do, and that's what I've been trying to do over the weekend, just trying to, fine tune everything. Literally, I'm writing everything down. How much are my monthly costs? What can I get rid of? What can I add? And then I'm on a very, it's rigid, it's tight. We don't do anything schmanz. It's literally the essentials and the meats and potatoes, baby. That's all there is to it. Nothing else. I don't have time. I don't have the desire or energy to go focus on anything else. It's literally just whatever I can do to draw in that attention or that focus just more towards comedy. That's all I can do. Everything else is just, I'm learning and trying to go along. So again, thank you very much for whoever's been with me. We did go out on Friday to do an outdoor sesh. It was what it was. And I'm learning from it. And I'm going to keep on doing that. I'm going to keep hitting the streets. I'm going to keep hitting different spots on the corners here and there. interacting with people, creating my own stage for the time being until I get a chance to maybe go on. And who knows if even that's, I don't honestly know how this is all going to work out. All I know is that I'm optimistic. I'm giving it all I've got. I'm focusing in on it. I'm trying. That's all I can do. Everything else, I'm trying to, enjoy the process, because at the end of the day, this is, and I know a lot of people, this morning I spoke with a gentleman. He tells me, oh, what do you do? I'm like, yeah, I do a little bit of driving here and there just to make a little bit of money for the bills, but the dream is I want to be a comic. And he's like, how's it been? I'm just like, I'm not even a comic right now. I want to be comic. I've been doing a podcast for about a year and a half, trying to, learn from that, take that experience, merge it later on with comedy and stand-up. That's the main goal. Stand-up is the main goal. And initially, when you share stories with people or thoughts about your path, or a lot of people tend to go in just to dig into the, how are you monetizing it right now? Is it monetized? Are you making any money? And that's nowhere near despite the fact, yes, that's the thing. I'm like everybody else out there. There are the realities of the world. No free meals. You got to earn a buck. But when you tell people, oh, I'm pursuing such and such, or any field of art really, whether it's painting, whether it's music, whether it's comedy, if you tell people you're doing certain things, the initial thought of it's how much money are you making? Are you even making any money off of it? Because that's the traditional or like standard, badge of acceptance, or like, oh, this guy's he's actually making whatever, So one day that is the dream, to obviously have that be but right now I'm paying my dues. I'm literally, I can't even call me, like I've said this before, I'm not out here trying to be something I'm not. Certain things, in my mind at least, you got to earn, and I'm just trying my best to go out there and earn them. But when people just and they don't mean anything by it, but there is that, like, I'm not, this is a regular conversation, regular dude, no, like, it's just, he's making an inquiry, no problem. But for anybody else out there who's either in the same shoe or, wherever you are, if just follow your, and again, I'm not an expert. I've not, quote unquote, achieved a level of, again, success in terms of, like, I'm a nobody right now. I'm just starting out, so I can't tell you to do X, Y, and the other. But what I can tell you, what I've seen work for people who are, my aim is to be, and I am for the most part, I'm trying to be a happy and content person. And for me, it comes from finding the thing that I love doing and then turning that into a career. So the money aspect of it it's not even in I'm not thinking about that when I go outside, like I did on Friday, or when I come in here every Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, baby. I'm not thinking about, oh, how can I quickly turn this? This is not this. If you're looking to make quick money, because I see a lot of, like, I feel like people want to, like, oh, how do you? First of all, I don't know. I'm not making any money out of it. Second of all, like, I don't think you should. That's why I've stepped into this, or want to step into this, because it's something that I'm passionate about, and it's something that I love. It's not about, oh, he wants to do this or she wants to do that, and let's, here's a pile of money. Here's your pot of gold. As if things are just waiting for you to decide and be like, oh, well, yeah, of course, I don't want to do this, and the other, and I'm going to go into this field, and here's a pot of gold. It doesn't work that way. You got to pay your dues, and even then, it doesn't work out for a ton of, like, folks. So I'm not going out there with anything other than an open heart and an open mind and the willingness to learn. That's all there is to it. And I know I share a lot. Some days we'll get in here and it's just, it's fireworks. It's just, we're just going, and sometimes I'll get into, we're just talking, we're sharing experiences. And I don't know, maybe this will help somebody in some way. Maybe it's a form of entertainment for somebody else. Maybe you'll find a little teeny tiny joke here and there. That's what I'm trying to do. And the rest of it is, it's a beautiful journey that we're all on, and I'm trying to just, and I'm very happy, because at the end of the day, I'm literally doing what I'd like to be doing for most of the part. Just a very small portion of it right now is allocated to things that I'm not, it is what it is. And everybody goes through these things, and I think it builds character. Dude, We're building character here, dog. Nobody's building character harder than this guy. Building character, building work ethics, building, you know, we're Legoing it, baby, one piece at a time. Lego on my Lego, dude. That's what I'm all about. But I'm not, never compared myself with anybody. I don't, I look up to people and I try to learn from people. I never try to, be like, oh, I gotta be like this, bro. You can't. Even if you wanted to, you can't. So that's not the right method, in my opinion. I think you can learn from people and then go out there and do things on your own. That's what I'm trying to do. So, despite the fact that, been doing a lot of running around, been allocating a lot of time and energy to something else that's not particularly in line with what I'm trying to do, which is comedy, I'm still extremely optimistic, and I'm even looking at that teeny tiny little, whatever you want to call it. I think it's just one of the, I'm taking it as a positive note. I'm taking it as a sign that, hey man, maybe could you even, somehow hold on to the old vehicle and find alternative ways, whether it's, and I've been thinking about many of things, if I could somehow, I'm just talking out loud to myself at this point, if I could somehow utilize these paintings to fund the project here, and I'm trying to figure it out. I don't know. I don't exactly have the answers, but again, every day it comes with putting down the time and effort, do a little bit of research, do a little bit of just digging around. Because nothing, it's like I feel like we're all, at the end of the day, we're all searching for that. We're digging for gold. Everybody's digging for that gold. But, some of it is materialistic gold, some of it is that refined inner gold, if that makes any sense. I'm trying to do both, like many of you guys and gals out there. And that's why I wish everybody always the best of luck, whatever you're doing in life, whatever stage you're in, whether you're just beginning or whether you just finished something. Whether you finish something and you're about to just begin something, or maybe you're halfway through your path, or 3/4 through your path, or you're all the way at the peak of the mountain, man. You're looking down and you're like, man, you're wearing suspenders and you're just like, yeah, feels good, and I'm happy for you. And I'm sure even at that stage, most people like to, from what I've seen, most healthy people like to, look onto other mountain peaks and little other tips that they'd like to touch and feel. So that's what that is, man. I'm just trying to, these days, but again, essentially going back to like never giving up, dude. Never give up. Never let anybody tell you, oh, if you're not doing it this way, if you're not doing it that way, if you're not, whatever it is that you want to do, go after it your way. Sometimes there are great directions. Certain things you don't even need to do it your way, but certain things, some people like to, different personalities, different mental states, different ways of living life. And there's 8 billion of us. There's so many ways of living life. What's your way? What's your path? There's a question that I've always been asking myself. And again, luckily I'm fortunate enough to have realized it at, not the earliest of stages. Some people get really lucky. They're in their, they're 10, 12, they're in their mid-teens. They're like, man, I want to be a damn shoemaker, dude. I want to be a shoemaker. And they go out there and start, start small. They start maybe just by looking at shoes. Some others might, they might get crazy trying a pair of shoes. Some people might, maybe somebody doesn't even have shoes. Maybe you got to, resort to whatever it is that you got to resort to. Maybe you might have to do a little bit of, maybe you have to pull a job, dude. I don't know. But you're going to find yourself a shoe, and the next thing you know, you're like, how do I figure everything out about this shoe? What's a shoe? And then you go and do research. And where did shoes begin? Who started the shoe? When did the shoe come about? Where was it invented? How was it invented? What were the materials? Was there, what did we do before shoes? Did we just, people passed away or something? You just, if there were no shoes, did you, right around the same time as, I guess, maybe cannibalism was in fashion, you'd probably, just bite off somebody's ankle and just like tie that to your, and then, that's probably where heels started from, literally. Like, heels were probably like someone's legit foot that you just, somebody's at the ripe old age of 35, they're done, nibble at their ankle, next thing you know, oh, heels. You don't gotta get your feet dirty. Think ahead. So, and the next thing you know, that evolves, read your history books, dude. I don't know how to start it, but you get into it, and next thing you know, you're like, man, I like, shoes that have a little bit of cushion, shoes that are, they got a little groove in them, shoes that are made for wide feet, shoes that are, space shoes, shoes you can wear in water. And you get into it, and then you start looking into colors. Then you're like, oh man, what if shoes were pink? What if shoes were yellow? What if shoes were translucent? What if you could see some, because that's what, I've not seen too many of that, but I want to see it. Somebody's gross feet just, and it's summertime, but it's fashion, baby, and it's translucent, and it's plastic, and some gross feet, dude, and it's sweaty in there, and you see maybe a couple of toes with, just rogue hairs just growing everywhere, and it's heat is building up, and the sweat is accumulating, and it's like kind of, it's dripping on your toes, and you can see a little pool of sweat is building, but you can see it, which is visually different. That's what we're going for, and it's all plastic, and it's translucent, and it probably doesn't, and you can't even wear it with socks. It's like the only shoes that you can't, they say don't wear socks with sandals, but this is the shoe that'll also challenge you not to wear socks with it. And you'll take it off, this shoe, you'll take it off, and it'll stink up the whole place. It's, oh God, what is that disgusting cheese smell? What is that? It feels like somebody just, feels like a bunch of cats crawled in your shoe and committed some sort of just horrendous act, and they're dead, is what I'm trying to say. A bunch of dead cats are in your shoes, and it stinks in there. Oh, what are you feeding these cats? It feels like they too have come across some sort of maybe it's a drought in there, maybe it's famine. They're resorting to cannibalism. Cats eating, it's disgusting. The stench is, but it looks cool though, as long as you don't take them off. And it's just, it's got platforms, and you're on top of it. It's giving you a couple of inches, and you can see everything. Your gross toenails, dude, but it's fashion, I think. And then you become the guy, you become basically the guy for, how there was a time where everything, like in ties, right? Ties were just ties. You went from fat to short to skinny, all that, but there were no designs until somebody down the line, they're like, man, fuck traditional ties, dude. I'm gonna make a keyboard tie. When the keyboard tie came around somewhere around the 80s. Again, the 80s never really lived. I'm again proud to be one of the last batches of the 80s babies, shout out, but never in the heyday of the 80s to actually be able to. But then again, at the same rate, that gives me more time to be in the present. So, all in all, you win some, you lose some. Point is, maybe you're maybe you could be that guy, that same attitude. You could, take the tie and just put a design on it and be like, oh, brand new tie, it looks like a keyboard. Wow, this dude's crazy. You could do that with shoes or anything else for that matter that you like. My point is that, I don't know what my point is, dude. I'm trying to not make hey, down the road, man, one day you might hear that, you hear stories. People initially start doing one thing, and the next thing you know, you hear an interview, you hear a story, and the next thing you know, again, peeling layers of the onion. Man, I've always been into making shoes and ties and shirts and bags and mugs and caps and bowls and chains and magnets, and you become basically what you want to do. Is essentially, I believe in this because you learn from everybody. One thing that if I'm not mistaken, Gene Simmons at Kiss, I remember watching this guy give an interview way back when I was younger, and one thing that I admire musically, very good, obviously huge, but one thing I think they merch the shit out of Kiss. They have everything that you can think of with the Kiss logo on it, and it's in terms of as a kid, it was really inspiring to see that business, one band, one group got together, and not only did they make great music, but they also happen to have all these wonderful different products, from things that you could use and things that you might not even find useful. But now, do I want to do it that way? Do you want to do it that way? Maybe yes, maybe no. It doesn't matter. Point is that, damn, I don't even know what the point is. Again, just trying to learn here is that I got inspired. I'm like, shit, dude, you can literally do everything, but one step at a time. And that's what I'm trying to do, baby. Just juggling balls as I've always been juggling balls, dude. Just not really, but you know, gently. You know what? Are we gently? This doesn't, you know, because this is not juggling balls. This is maybe softly massaging, and I'm not into that unless it's my own, and I don't really even do that to my own. So, horrible metaphor here, but visually speaking, just imagine those stress balls. Better analogy, right? Better story. Those stress balls that just, you know, you got two large, sometimes they're metal. I think the dad in Boys in the Hood, he had those stress balls. And he just, you know, I actually had those stress balls too at one point. I don't know where they're gone. But forget about the stress balls. This has nothing to do with stress balls. You put those things aside and quit, you know, quit playing with your balls if that's what you're doing. But how do we get here? Again, I don't know. Point is, dude, it's just, I was relieved. I was relieved on Friday coming back. That's what I was trying to say. And I was looking at everything. I'm like, I'm trying to always in my days achieve that state of whatever comes with it. It's just, I'm just going to take it and not let it deter me from my path, not let it distract me, not let it get to me. And some days are easier than most, you know. There are days that you'll go through things and it just keeps piling up on top of another, and that's okay too. If you get in your feelings, your boy gets in his feelings all the time. But what I've always managed to do, and what I always continue to do, is I've always managed to get stronger from it. I think I've always managed to learn from it, and I've always managed to be able to accept it for what it is. I'm not telling you not to have a bad day. I'm not trying to tell anybody anything. I'm just literally just sharing my own life experiences. Whatever happens, deal with it, whether you need to, whatever it is. Because times be stressful, dude. Mad times we're living in. But it's also beautiful and it's magical, and every day is a brand new beginning, god damn it. Every day is a brand new beginning. So if you need to take some time, go through the ups and downs, go through it. But whatever it is, don't get deterred, stay on track. And before you know it, doors will be opening. Magical, beautiful doors. I don't know where you're in life right now, but doors will open. Doors you didn't even know existed, dude. Magic doors. One of those doesn't even look like a door. It's just everything kind of is meshed into and then next thing you know, you press a little button by accident, or you pull a little string, or you know, you ring a little bell. Oh, what is this? A hidden door. That's what that is. Life's full of them. Try to look for them. Try to make some if you can. Leave a couple of hidden doors. That's what I've always done, dude. I'll just go about. I don't, you know, I'm into building and creating, but like sometimes I like it to be, you know, people go and they're like, man, housing, it's an issue. Why don't we just build more doors, dude? Just leave more doors around and everything's just an open concept house. I don't know if that solves anyone's problem, but you wanted it. Here's a solution, baby. Just more doors. Just add more doors. So that's what I'm trying to do. And also, if you're in Toronto, again, if you're looking for somebody, because I don't know, I've sent out emails, I've sent out resumes, I've called to 2 locations that posted advertising on the lines, and I don't know, maybe there are other places that I'm not aware. I'm sure there are other places that I'm not aware of. I'm trying to do more. But if you happen to, by any chance, you're in Toronto, you see these videos, you're like, who the hell is this guy going at it in the AM? It's a guy with an open heart, a big open heart, and it's gushing, gooey, fun, a little blood, but also like good heartfelt stuff, you know, a guy who's out here trying. I'll be your guy, whether you're looking for a doorman, whether you're looking for, maybe you're looking for an MC, maybe you're looking for, I don't know what your joint is looking for, but if you're looking for a guy who is willing to be part of a team and go out there, learn the trade, I'm your dude. Don't hesitate. DM me. I will gladly show up for an interview. We can do whatever you like. We will do the whole, we'll take care of the formalities is what I'm trying to say. But at the same rate, if you happen to see this, and because these days you can just search anybody on the lines and be like, well, let me just get a look at this guy. I hope this does not, I don't know how this, I don't know. That's for you to. I can't control. I just produce it and I put it out there. I can't control anybody's reaction to it. So all I can try to do is do a better job. That's what I can do. But essentially, you always got to remember, your boy's just trying to start out here. I don't know how to swim. I know how to swim, but I don't know how to. I'll figure it out. Doesn't matter. I'll figure it out. Doesn't matter. Whatever it is that you want to do as well, I encourage you 100%, 110%, do more percentages, more returns, That's the way we go. So that's where I've been at, man. I hope to, be able to, I'm definitely going to be doing we're going to do an outdoor sesh this week, whether it's going to fall on Wednesday or Friday. I've yet to make up my mind. We'll have to see, weather permitting. We're going to get out there. And hopefully, again, if you're in Toronto, like I said, if you're a comedy club owner or staff member and you are in the know that you guys are hiring or you gals are hiring, your boy would highly appreciate an opportunity, because I'd like to be in the vicinity, if that makes any sense. Be in close proximity to the action, learn and observe, and then one day, one magical day, when all the comics are sick, when everybody's fallen and taken a hit, not that I wish that on anybody, but should that be the path where everybody's just got that bum leg, somebody just had a mad stroke, somebody just got stuck in traffic, somebody's toe got stuck in the bathtub trying to take a bubble bath, somebody's in it in the midst of it with their wives and kids, and there you go. Instead of focusing on your career, you invested and you put in time and effort to build relationships with your wives and kids, and that's good for you, dude. I'm happy for you, lady, but look at you now. You gotta yappity yap whatever's going on there. Guess what? This fella doesn't have any of that baggage. Literally no baggage. No baggage. All one clean. I got excited. One clean, baggageless. I'm all about the carry-on, baby. What you need, it's all in the carry-on. You feel me? And should that be part of the path one day too, for the wife and the kids to come along somehow and mix in with so be it. But right now you're looking at a fella who is not, not chained down, no ball and chain around here, homie. Just one lonely fella just doing it. You feel me? So if you don't want anybody coming out, I'm not gonna call in and be like, oh, I'm feeling sick, dude. I will show up sick, dude. I've always shown up sick. Even during the pandy, dude, not gonna lie. A couple of days I didn't feel too well, but who's gonna pay the bills? Keep it on the DL now that it's all over. But you show up, because it's responsibilities out there. No one's gonna, if you're out there, you feel me, dude. Ladies, if you're out there, men, fellas, but the ladies, everybody, if there's been a stage in your life where you've been alone, you're doing things on your own. There's nobody to cook you, chicken soup for the soul. There's nobody to, hold your hair when you're throwing up in the toilet bowl. There is, although you might be alone and you might have staff who do that, which is already, you've gotten legs up, dude. You've got all the legs that are up. So this fella's out here doing it all on his own, but at the same rate, remember, bonuses, no ball and chains, no external responsibilities but to serve himself. Fucking selfish, but also if you want to help yourself, you're really helping the planet. First help yourself, then help the planet, but also help the planet. Keep a balance is what I've said. Okay? So if you don't want to be going down dealing with, oh man, this person's not so reliable, or this person's again stuck in traffic, this person's caught up in an international scandal, this person just got arrested, this person just got they just found out they were, they're just discovering their PTSDs, dude. I've fully dealt with it, dealing with everything, all of it, all at the same time. So you're basically getting somebody who's ready to go. And one day, there will come a day when nobody else is around, and maybe I'm not the best for the job, but god damn it, I will give it all. And everybody's sick, everybody's just vomiting, it's just everybody's projectile vomiting, and they're like, the world is gonna collapse, and we need somebody to step up. Do we have anybody, you know how you call on airplanes when something goes down, or like, do we have a doctor? And you never give the opportunity to any of the other folks to stand there. Like, hey, I'll take a stab at it. I'm no doctor, but I'll take a stab at it. At least with this fellow right here, you're getting somebody who's fully all about the comedy and the jokes, who will get in there, who will take a stab at it, who will not only take a stab at it, he will go so far as to dedicate his entire life until the wheels fall off. So I'm that dude. And if you want that kind of attention, if you want somebody who can think on their knees, be flexible, I'm super flexible, dude. I'm so you have no idea the flexibility that is built within this, because I've kept it, dude. I exercise 10 to 20 minutes a day, like daily, dude. I also stretch every once in a while. When I pull something, I stretch it. Just last week, dude. Just last week, I pulled my back. It happened. How did it happen? I was, again, going back to being a little bit, I'm sharing along with you guys as I've always done, going back to being a little bit lonely. I was waking up around maybe 4 or 5:30 in the morning, just one of those lonely mornings before you wake up and take on the day. But it was one of those things where I was just like, oh, what is this? We're pitching a tent at 5:30 in the morning and there's nobody to take care of it. That's fine. You're just like grappling with yourself, and it's still a little bit cold outside, but it's still, you forgot to turn off the heater, so it's cold outside, but the inside of the apartment, you're just sweating underneath the covers, and again, you're pitching a tent and you're trying to pull and tug and just hope that one of the hands turns into somebody else's hand, and you smack that hand, you're like, oh, I'm tired. And like, it's all you. Who's tired? Put in some time. I need that. And then that's what it is. It happened. I pulled my back and I realized, man, I'm no longer the, I don't know where I was going with that story, but that's how I pulled my back. And I wanted to just set that straight because I briefly mentioned in the last video when we were on the streets, I said I pulled my back, but I didn't go into the deets. And I'm not going to leave the deets out, dude. It happened. I literally didn't. I was on my back, literally just like, what is going on? Back pulled. Trying to deal with it. Go down, dude. I don't have time for this right now. Happens. All right. So here I am. I will put aside everything and I will show up. Available weekends, evenings, on your birthday, on your anniversary, holidays, all the days really, just to be, just to be a part of the team, be a part of the crew. Help others also who are in the process, wherever they may be, whether they're professional, whether they've been doing it, whether they're just starting out like your boy out here. We can all get together and do our part for a period of time, whatever that is. And maybe that's the thing. Again, I'm just putting all this out there. Not really. I've stepped into the unknown. I'm coming in. I'm coming. Why are my hands cuffed? I don't know, but I'm coming in, dude. Hands behind my back, cheeks against the car wind. It's Can you loosen up these? I get free. Somebody. I put them on real tight. Cuffs. I've always wanted to do that. There are things, I know, some of the things that I wanted to and still dream of doing might not really resonate with a ton of folks, but it's just for the, maybe we could do a little just for the street cred or something, dude. I'll get arrested just for, maybe you need to, hey, do you wanna, do you all out there wanna maybe, you know, get together and like just let me for a few seconds just and then just to make it maybe you prove maybe you pull up in front of a school and then it all goes down and then you put me in I'm just like oh get off and then you put me in the cuffs and then notoriety builds and then oh he's but also setting a good example like don't do this kids but also maybe I'll have a fake mustache so that the kids don't think that I'm a criminal because then I need them to grow up and go out there and do the following. It's what I'm trying to say is, man, my wrist. Or no, do I not complain about it, dude? I've not really thought about this, but I do want to uncuff myself. If somebody can just cuff me so I can uncuff myself, that'd be great. Also, one of those little because the bucket list is enormous, right? And you got big things and you got small things. One of those things is I've always just wanted to, or do I go all fucking just into my own innate macho self? Fucking didn't feel a thing, dude. You could have put it on tighter. As a matter of fact, you puss because you didn't put it on tighter, dude. If anything, you should have just, go as tight as you can on the cuffs, and you won't hear. I'll shed a silent tear, dude. Just a man tear, just pain, but no expression, dude. Just one tear, and actually, I know one tear that just like stops right here. It turns into a tattoo all by itself. That's how hardcore this guy is. That's for all my loved ones that have fallen. Pour a little some out for the homies. A little sippy for you. Or I just like it's tied and I just like smash open. Oh. Or I Houdini the shit out of it. Just you keep putting it on, I just keep sliding out, dude. You keep putting it on, I just keep sliding out. Where'd you get these cuffs? You just put them on. I just because you don't know, dude. I'm double jointed in places where you'd never think of. I'm talking about, I'm not gonna say where, but double jointed, triple jointed in other places too. Very flexible. I can pretty much slit out. Where we at? Out the cuffs. That's where we're at. Get yourself out of the cuffs. Don't let anything hold you back. Keep rocking and rolling. Your boys got you. Where can you find these beautiful, uncut, uninterrupted videos? You can find them on the YouTubes. You can find them by searching Rob Sadri or Gladyamadeit. That's the name of the program for the time being. We're evolving. We're changing. You can find it on Instagram if that's where you're finding it. Thank you very much. And you can also find it on Patreon. You can go ahead and subscribe there. Support your boy if you like. And one day at a time, we're taking over. But we're also into sharesies, so really not taking over. We're just, sharing is caring. That's all there is to it. Baby boy, baby girl, thank you very much for all the love and support. Giving it all back to you. Just love and support. It is March 21st. It's the first day of spring. It is a brand new beginning for everybody out there, whatever it is you're doing. I wish you the best of luck. Go out there, fucking kick ass, and I'll see you guys back here again, ladies, on the Wednesdays. Peace out.